How are you all doing? I hope this finds you well. I hope it finds you happy and healthy. I'm really looking forward to spending time with y'all today. We are going to just work on some fun summer decorating ideas. We're just gonna do some spruce up things around my house, mainly just my main living area, just the kind of like we call it the grand room in our house because it's a very open concept area where it's got just a small living space, our kitchen, our dining room, and like our drink bar area. So it's just kind of our main area where everything is housed, and it's kind of the heart of our home. We spend a lot of time hanging out in this space. We spend a lot of time gathering in this space as a family and entertaining in this space. So I'm gonna work on that today, just kind of sprucing it up and changing a little bit of the decor for our summer months. The first thing I wanna start with is a small, just short, quick little DIY project that I have going. I had some really cool glass vessels, and I wanted to just elevate them a little bit because I wanted to kind of create that like faux pottery look with them a little. So that's the first project that we're gonna start working on together. And so without further ado, let's just jump on into it.
All right, y'all, so for this fun little quick DIY project that we're gonna do, I'm just going to take a couple of these clear vessels and we're gonna try a couple of different techniques. The first one, as you see here, we are going to just take some joint compound and spread it all around the bottom half of this jar. And I did use some tape to tape it off just to keep my line pretty straight. Once the joint compound dries, which is about 30 minutes, we are going to paint it. Then we're going to paint the top half of this jar with some glossy white acrylic paint. And I think I just used, I think it was Apple Barrel in just white gloss. But one little trick that I want to mention is when you're painting on glass, it's a really good idea to first cover your entire vessel with Mod Podge first. This just helps the paint adhere to your glass because glass is a very slick surface and paint doesn't always adhere. So after we did the joint compound one, now we're going to try one with baking soda, and I'm just going to mix my paint and my baking soda together, and this is just going to give us a really cool ceramic texture. And once this sets up and dries, we will paint the top half of our second vessel in white as well. I did want to mention really quick also here is that it did take 3 coats of that glossy white paint to cover the painted section of these vessels. So just an FYI, takes a little bit of paint.
Okay, y'all, I really enjoyed working on those fun that little quick DIY project. I love quick DIY projects for sure. I love it when I can start a project and have it finished in under an hour. That is the best kind of DIY. These ones took a little, just a smidge more than an hour, but I do just those short DIYs are my absolute favorite. I might have a smidge attention deficit. So the faster the DIY, the better for me. Anyway, so y'all will have to let me know in the comments which one of those methods you liked the best. Did you like the baking soda and paint mixture method, or did you like the drywall compound and then painting over it method? I really liked them both. I think it's fun to use them both for different looks, and I guess it just depends on what what the look that you want to achieve is. But I liked them both, and actually you can see kind of right there, I kind of have them displayed side by side anyway. So it's kind of fun. And so anyway, let's just move on now to actual decorating. We are going to restyle my mantle for summer, and you can see right here behind me that I've already done it as I was filming this portion of the video. But I'm going to just kind of walk through with you the process of how I chose the pieces and how I kind of laid them all out and mixed, you know, certain different textures together to create kind of that minimalistic coastal vibe. It's kind of what I was going for on the mantle for just the summer months, and I definitely wanted everything to feel fresh and just soft. I didn't want a lot of like hard elements, so I wanted that soft, fresh look. So, and I don't know about y'all, but before I start any kind of a decorating project, I like to lay everything out. And for this particular decorating day, I shopped a lot of areas in my home, but I also shopped my decor closet that I have. And so I tend to bring everything in, lay it all out in just one space, and then I can kind of get a feel for what I have to work with and how I want to place it and what areas I want to put them in. And so I hope that makes sense. I don't know if y'all do that or not, but I kind of do it because it does kind of give me that feeling of like, not a mood board per se, but it just gives me a vision for what I have to work with for the look that I'm going for. So like I said, the first thing that we are going to do is the mantle. And while I was working on the mantle, there were just a fun few things that I wanted to bring in. I knew I wanted just like that soft coastal look, and I wanted sort of a clean look as well. So I did find this painting at Hobby Lobby, and y'all, it was such a good deal. I got it for 75% off, so I only paid $20 for it, and I brought it home, and my hubbers was like, honey, you so could have painted that yourself. And yes, I could have, but y'all, I got it for 20 bucks. I couldn't have gone and bought a canvas, because it's a fairly large painting. It's a 20 by 30, and I could not have gone and bought a canvas for 20 bucks in that size. So I went ahead and did it because it was too good of a deal, and I loved it. Plus it matches my other painting that's its counterpart that I did paint last year. I painted it for the spring and the summer months, and the color palettes just blend so well together. So that's what I decided to go with. And then I thought vases would be a lot of fun. So I just went through my decor pieces that I had and selected some of my favorite white vases because I knew I really wanted to keep things kind of white with a smidge of like tan in there and a smidge of greenery and some stems and whatnot. So that was how I went about doing the mantle, and I really love how it came out. And of course you have to add some candles in there too. And one of the things I really wanted to have on my mantle was a lamp. I've never been able to put a lamp on my mantle because there's no electricity up there, and I'm a cord phobia. So I can't stand to see cords. I just can't handle it. It's like in my brain. So I found this really cute little lamp at Hobby Lobby that you could stick a candle in. So I put a battery operated candle in it, and it just works. I love it. I love how it gave my mantle that warm feeling and that coziness, that cozy feeling for nighttime. So for the top of my Apothecary cabinet, I knew that I wanted to keep this very simple. I knew I wanted it to be somewhat minimal, and I definitely wanted it to be cohesive with the mantle and all of the pieces blend well together and complement each other. So I chose some more ceramics, I chose a little bit of greenery, and I chose some pottery pieces that were large, some pottery pieces that were small, and then just a tiny little bit of wood element in there for some fun texture and just to add some interest to the overall vignette. So I really like how the top of the Apothecary came out. I think I might actually like it just a little bit more than the top of the mantle, because the mantle is, I like it. I'm going to enjoy it this summer, but it is a little bit different for me in the way that it's a little busier than what I normally, that any kind of vignette that I put together, I normally keep them very simple, and the mantle turned out a little bit busy, but I do love it. And so, but the Apothecary is really kind of speaking to me just because I kept it more minimal, and I kept the pieces to an odd number. Well, there's an odd number on the mantle as well, because I always decorate in odds. So I try to choose, you know, either 3 or 5 or 7. And so, but I just like the fact that the Apothecary cabinet has a few less pieces and not quite so busy. Y'all will definitely have to let me know what you think. Okay, so for the coffee table, I knew I wanted to keep things again a little bit on the minimal side, but still bring in a little tinge of that coastal vibe. And I wanted it to also be just a little bit playful and have some of those playful, relaxing summer pieces that kind of just give you that lazy, hazy summer vibe. So I brought in some books. We're gonna play with a little bit of wicker, and of course we'll have some greenery. And then I found these really cute dice in the bullseye section at Target, and they are so much fun. So I think we will use those to add in a little bit of that playful element. So I really like how it turned out. I enjoyed putting this coffee table together. I think coffee tables are one of my most favorite pieces to do, just because you can really get playful with them, but you can get cozy with them, and I don't know, and then you can, I'm not sure what it is about styling a coffee table that I like so much, but I really enjoy styling coffee tables. So this one was fun for me. And of course we have to add in some toss pillows, throw pillows, because to me, in my opinion, no room is complete without toss pillows. I love using toss pillows for accent color, to bring texture into a home, to bring that feeling of warm coziness. Even in the summertime, you can have those cozy, fun vibes in the summertime and just make it feel more summery with the color palette that you choose. So pillows are a must-have. Like I said, in my opinion, no space is complete without adding in some toss pillows. So we're going to just play around a little bit with the toss pillows that I have. I kind of just shopped my house for them, but I did find the really pretty sage green ones with the fun embroidery, with this fun little embroidery on them at Walmart. And I don't shop Walmart very often, but sometimes they surprise me, and I really loved these pillows, and they were a very reasonable price. So again, sometimes just purchasing a piece outright is a little bit less expensive than a DIY, because I probably could not have made these pillows for what I paid for them at Walmart. So, and I will try to link them down below in the description box for y'all in case you're interested in purchasing some for your summer decor. Okay, so I really love the pillows. I'm super happy with how they came out. I love just, again, I know I've said it before, but again, I'll just say, I love how they just bring that complete. They just make a space feel complete and finished to me. So I'm happy with how our throw pillows came out. I'm really loving the sage green ones that we found at Walmart. So yeah, I'll definitely try to link those below for y'all. Okay, y'all, so now we're going to move into the kitchen. And I just want to, for the kitchen area, I keep my kitchen pretty minimal. I don't like a whole lot of things out on my countertops. well, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that. My husband feels like there's a lot of things on the countertops, but I think when I say I don't like a lot of things on the countertops, I definitely don't like things that make my kitchen space feel clutterly. Clutterly? Is that a word? Cluttery. And anyway, and so the pieces that I do keep out in my kitchen and on top of the countertops are all decorative and functional at the same time, because I definitely think it is super good to blend form and function together, especially in the kitchen area, because the kitchen can become very clutterly. Why do I keep wanting to say clutterly? That's funny. Cluttery. If it's just easy to clutter up your kitchen counters. So I try to just keep pieces out that are going to look really pretty, have a fun decorative element to them, but are also very functional. And our kitchen is a busy place. It is probably the busiest place in our home. We love to cook. We spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So I do like to keep, the spaces on my counters decluttered, just so that we've got room to cook and we've got, room to just do the things that we do, all the things we do in the kitchen. So, but one of my favorite things for the summer months is putting out a drink dispenser. And this is a great idea, especially if you've got little ones that are, playing outside and they're thirsty all the time. And so I keep a fun drink dispenser on the countertop all the time. And I usually, most of the time, mine just has water in it. But if we're having a special occasion, I'll put lemonade in it. And I just have fun with lemonade. You can make strawberry lemonade, watermelon lemonade. You can just, so many fun lemonade recipes for the summer months. But it's just a fun element to keep out on the counter. I keep mine next to the sink, and it's a great element. It's very functional, but it's also decorative and can be just fun for the kids to be able to come in and grab their cup and fill up their own, little beverage. It just kind of makes them feel big and special. So I don't know, but it's also fun for the adults, and it's very convenient and handy. So that's one of my favorite decorating ideas for our summer kitchen, is to just have a drink dispenser out somewhere with your favorite summer beverages. As for the rest of the counters, I do keep some canisters on the countertop with all that have like our favorite things that we eat every day, like our whole wheat flour, our oats, just a variety of different things. So those do always sit out. And then next to the sink, I do have a fun little caddy. It's a riser that I made this riser several years ago, actually. And I've enjoyed this riser a lot, and it's probably the busiest piece in the kitchen, but I do use all the items on it that are, well, most of the items. I guess there are some items here on this riser that are decorative, but most of them are actually functional as well. And so for the stovetop, I do like to keep a very simple vignette on top of the stove, just to add a little interest to the stovetop, because when you're not using the stove and it's just sitting there, it's kind of ugly. I don't have a cool gas stove, so mine isn't the most attractive. So I do keep some pieces on the stovetop when it's not in use, but again, these pieces are decorative and very functional at the same time. So I just made a simple little vignette with some of our favorite cutting boards. I keep my tea kettle on them, and then I did add just a small plant to add a little interest and a little bit of texture. So that is how I style the top of the stove, and hopefully this gives you some ideas too that you could do with yours if you don't have a cool gas stove, because I think the gas stoves are definitely a little more decorative than a ceramic top or a coil top stove. So hopefully this gives you a couple of ideas that you can do with some of your favorite things that will be functional and decorative to place on your stovetop. Okay, for the island, I definitely tend to keep the island pretty simple as well. I feel like I say that about all the areas in my home, but maybe I'm not. I don't think I'm a minimalist, because I definitely like very pretty things, but I definitely don't like a lot of clutter either. So, but as far as the island, I do keep it somewhat minimally decorated because it is a space that gets used a lot in our home. Our 15-year-old son sits at the island to eat frequently. He eats his breakfast there almost every morning, and then sometimes my hubbers and I will sit there and have our lunch together. So I do like to leave enough space on the island that it still looks pretty but also very functional. And so for today, I am going to show you guys a couple different ideas on how to style just a like a long rectangular charcuterie board on your island and style it kind of pretty and functional. So I'm just going to show you a couple of different ways, and the first idea that I have for us today is just taking a long rectangular charcuterie board, and then I like to keep my cake plate here on it, and I keep a variety of different things in the cake plate. Oftentimes it's got like our artisan bread in it or bagels, but then there's the fun times when it has our sweets and goodies in it as well. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to pair it with some greenery and then a cute little beehive to just bring in that summer element. Okay, so the second idea that I thought was kind of fun for our a summer vignette on the island would be to use the same rectangular charcuterie board, but this time just add some fun, like some plates, or you could use plate chargers. So here for mine, I just took some plate chargers and a couple of salad plates, and then I combined them together with some cloth napkins, because I just feel like those cloth napkins bring in a really coastal vibe, but they also give you they add texture to the vignette and some color to the vignette as well. So I really enjoyed putting this one together, and I hope this gives you guys some good inspiration on some different things that you could do for your island. And what's really fun is that you can use some of the same exact pieces and then just bring in some different elements and completely change the look. So that's why I used the same charcuterie board for this one, because I thought it would just be fun to show you how you can use some of the same pieces and then just add in different elements to get a completely different look. And then for our third idea, I just took some fun, playful drinkware. I had this fun pitcher set that we put together in a previous video, and so I just thought it would be fun to kind of set that out. It just kind of gives you that fun summery picnic vibe. So I just used some drinkware with a pitcher, and then I added in some straws, and of course I kept the same greenery and the fun little beehive in there to just give us that fun summery vibe. Okay, so now we are going to work on some centerpieces for our dining table. And again, I like to keep this a little bit simple. And I know you're probably so sick of hearing me say that, but I do like in the summer months to keep my vignettes on the dining room table with that just fun, fresh, airy feeling, because it's usually so hot outside, and when you come in you want things around you that just feel cool and have that airy feel. So I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can style different pieces. I took some of the same pieces and kind of intermixed them and blended them together in several different ways, and I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy watching how I took some different pieces and kind of mix and matched them to make different looks and different feels. So I hope you guys enjoy this part, and then again, you'll have to let me know which vignette was your favorite. So my coffee bar is definitely one of those areas in our home that I like to have fun with and keep it playful and just have that fun, coffee shop vibe to it, but I also try to keep it very, very functional. So all the pieces that I use on the coffee bar are all useful decorative pieces. I keep some canisters on there. I do have a little lamp on there because I love that. And I like to mix in some wicker just for texture and color. And then of course I have some of our favorite syrups that I keep on the coffee bar, and lots of coffee mugs. I think coffee mugs are just a fabulous way to bring in that just cozy coffee bar feel. So I use lots of coffee mugs. We have them kind of everywhere on the coffee bar and in the coffee bar area. So lots and lots of coffee mugs are fun. And I don't use all matching coffee mugs either. I kind of keep them a little bit mix and matched and just, you know, intermingle some different textures and patterns in the coffee cups. It's kind of fun. And it keeps things playful. So I kind of like that feel too for the summertime. And of course we have our Keurig, and then just a few other fun elements. So I thought it would be a lot of fun to just bring y'all into the master suite and show y'all how I like to just style my bed for the summer months, and just a few pieces around our bedroom that just make the room feel a little bit more airy and light for the summer months. I don't go crazy in this room because I tend to keep the decor in here very similar throughout the year. I leave a lot of the pieces that are in here, they kind of stay throughout the entire year. But I do tend to change the bedding for the seasons, and so we'll just go through that a little bit, and I'll show y'all how I style the bed and give you a few tips for just king size beds, because king size bedding can be a little tricky to make and to make it look, you know, full and put together. So I'll just share with you some of my tips and some of my tricks that I use and that work for me. So my first suggestion for making your, you know, your bedding look, or your bedroom in general look really airy and light for the summer months, is to use neutral colors. Maybe not necessarily a lot of stark whites, but some neutral earthy colors. I feel like that works well. And then you can add in your accent colors to those pieces to just bring in that summer flair for whatever your favorite summer color palette is. So I always start with a base of neutral colors and then just add in accent colors as I go. So for my particular summer decor this year, I chose to use some light grays and a little bit of light blue. I like to keep our bedroom gender neutral. I don't know if that was the right word to use, but you know, my husband and I share this space, so I don't want it to be all pinks and frill and lace because we share this space. So I kind of tend to try to make it comfortable for both of us. That's in a space that we're both going to enjoy, and I try to choose color palettes that we're both going to enjoy and be comfortable with, and that he enjoys and that I enjoy. So for this summer, I chose some light grays, a little bit of light blue, and I kind of went with the like the sailor stripes. I just thought that would be a little bit of a fun flair for our bedroom this year. And I also like to use just very light wood accents in like my candle holders or any accents that I put on the bedside tables. So I hope that gives y'all a little bit of inspiration. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Oh my gosh, y'all, and I have to share this with you. We have a little sitting area, book reading area in our bedroom, and this morning when I was cleaning, I found the sweetest little thing that my granddaughter left for me. They just left yesterday, and she was my decorating buddy the whole time she was here. She just loved filming this stuff with me, and I found this cutest thing that she left on my table, and I just had to share it with y'all. Isn't that just adorable? So one thing that I would recommend when if you have a king size bed and you are trying to make it look really full and cozy, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, is to use very large pillows. So use king size pillows and use Euro pillows to fill in your bed, and then use a good textured blanket at the foot. I just think that gives it a very cozy feel. at the same time as a very airy, comfortable feel, because you want that. You want your bedroom to have that comfortable feel. So that's one of my big suggestions for making a king size bed, is to use big Euro size pillows and king size pillows. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really enjoyed your company as we just walked through a few of the areas of my home and did some summer decorating. And I hope y'all were inspired. I hope I gave you some inspiration to do a little summer decorating of your own. I think that's my true heart. I just want to inspire you to live your best home life. And so I hope that's what we accomplished today. Anyway, thank you again, y'all, for hanging out with me. I look forward to spending some time with you again next week. We are going to do some, what are we gonna do next week? You know, I'm not sure I remember what's in the books for next week, so I think it'll just be a surprise to all of us. So with that said, I'm gonna say goodbye, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your week, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Thank you again for spending time with me today, friends. I enjoyed our time together. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe, give me a big thumbs up, and share this with all of your family and friends, as I am a growing channel and appreciate all the support and love that y'all show on my channel.